Hi guys, good evening. Hi Nilesh, hi Ashish, good evening. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was totally raining this weekend in New Jersey, so we stuck at home. Hi Kamal, hi Mitchell, good evenings. Hi Vijay. Yes, we have a big week in terms of events. We have FOMC meetings, we have Apple earnings, we have AMD earnings, we have mm, like a lot of economic data which is coming. Hi Rajshekar, hi Prakash, good evening. So guys, I'll start from the scans because we had a monthly ending and a weekly ending. So I would like to do inside day scan on daily. Let me just add 50 here and scan again. So we have Google, which is Google, Roku, FRC news is supposed to be done by now, but we have not heard anything. Sat Shri Akal, Mr. Gulati. Hi, Srini. So if I go here, Google is inside day. And in the last 2 days, like the market just rallied. So it was great to see market showing reasonable strength. And so Google inside day. Let me just increase the font. Market closed well above that 42 area. And I want to add a couple of tickers. So coin I'm not doing. I would like to do CAT. Amazon, we already have Apple, Amazon. HC, we have earnings. I want to do Snow. Instead of now, I will do Snow. And I also want to do one more ticker, which is MasterCard. So let me see where I can add MasterCard. Let me add one row here. So inside day on Square, Roku is inside day. Roku is also consolidating well after the earnings. I really want to add Roku, but then there's so many number of tickers which are here, difficult to track. But let's see. Roku. I will do then inside week. Netflix, Airbnb, Shopify. Airbnb, I really want to do. So Airbnb, where is Airbnb? I don't have Airbnb. I would like to add Airbnb 100% because this setup is getting ready. Airbnb is right there. And this is Netflix is inside week. Airbnb is inside week. Shopify has earnings. So if anybody wants to trade Shopify, I think they'll be really doing well. This earnings, last earnings was a disaster for Shopify. But this time I expect them to do well. Let me just change this background color. I don't like it. Why I did this. Let me make it blue. Let me make this. Yes. Let me make this blue as well. Yes, all good now. Okay, so let's get started, guys. I'm not doing any other scan for today because it's the end of month, end of week. So I'm ignoring that. Hi, Vasudha. Hi, Sandeep. Hi, Chris. So let's start from ES. Let's start from a weekly candle first. So from a week point of view, you will see that we were stuck. Let me just get rid of this. Go up. We were stuck at 4170 area. And this is a candle where we tested 4070, we moved, and we did a bullish engulfing on the previous candle. Also, it was the first green close above 4170 in a long time. So all in all, a very positive ticker. Now, are we going to have a close above this? Are we going to break out from here? That's what we want to see in this week's candle. So previous week we had 4198. Last week we had 4193.75. So we did not made a new high on ES last week, but we definitely made a bullish engulfing. Now, the only thing which is concerning to me is that if you look at the DMI here on the weekly, it's not showing significant strength. That's one of the concern I have. Second thing, if I go to 1 day candle, right, we definitely moved up. You will see these numbers. We definitely moved up on the green line, but the strength is still lagging there. We need broad base push in the market. If you see the DMI is still showing me on 1 day, 2 day, 4 day, a monthly, it's neutral. It's not showing positive yet. It will become positive once I cross 25 on the green line and 25 on the black line. It will become positive there. So yes, we did a close, we did bullish engulfing, we had to back clean days. And once we have back to back clean days, and let me also add volume here. Let me add volume here. So volume is, I would say, fine. There's no issue with the volume, but it's not that significant like what we used to have. This is an average volume. It's not like super strong volume, which confirms that yes, this breakout can be really, really meaningful breakout. So I am a little cautious here. If we break below 4170 again, things can get really ugly. But if we hold 4170, the next likelihood is 4210, which is right here. 4210. That needs to be tested. And if I increase my time period, then the next number comes is around 4260. This is the extension. So let me extend to the right. The next number which comes is after 4210 is 4260 on my charts from the Fibonacci point of view. And this is the base of a previous Fibonacci, which led to a higher highs. So as of now, the momentum is really solid, but I will still keep it as neutral. My prime thing to go long is if we can take away the high of the previous week. The high of the previous week was 4198.25. So if I want to try long, I want to try buy above 4198.5. Right now, momentum is positive. So it's right there. My stop loss is these stop loss a little high, 4180. So if you want to try buy above, or if you can come near to 4180, then you can try that. Target is 4210 and 4260. And one thing to keep in mind, we had two back-to-back clean trend days. We started from one day from 4072, we did what you call a fake breakdown. We like this was a low, then we made the new low, and then once we made the new low, we never looked back and we just went above this area. So all in all, this looks positive. Now, in terms of fake breakdown, we need to clear 4198 and go higher. That will give me much more confidence. If we fail here and come down, then things will be a little tricky. And again, after two big green candles giving you almost 110, 20 point move, I would be a little skeptical to go long right away. So I'm here like 40% in the positive side. And I want to try if ES breaks like 4180 now, makes new low, come back, go long above 4180. I'll make it 4175. Sell on rise is not anymore because we broke out, and I will give 50-15 now because we have moved. So say not sell on rise. I will only sell if I lose 4170. So sell below 4170. Otherwise, I'm not selling. Also be mindful that FRC was supposed to be bought by JPM or PNC Bank, and they are in the bids since morning and doing all that process. It's supposed to be clear by now, but it has not been there yet. So let's see what comes out of it. So the first test will be 4152. So which is the previous resistance, 12 EMA, and then 4111. So it's just a fake breakdown possibility. Yes. So everything is positive. It's like it crossed 12 EMA, crossed 34 EMA, broke above 23.6 Fibonacci. Everything is good, but we need to take out the previous week's high, which is 42.10. Once we do that, 41.98. Once we do that, then I'm pretty much fine. So let's move on to NQ. NQ is again bouncing right from that channel. Got out of that box, looking solid. Now, only thing is that DMI on one day is getting a little better. On weekly, we had the bullish engulfing. We closed right on the top, like in that range where we struggled to cross it. So let's see if we can manage to hold it. So in this case, the DMI is strong, but right now it's kind of making a dodgy. So if this week we make a dodgy here or in the middle of the week, we need to see. But similar to ES, it's making a bullish engulfing on the daily candle. Okay, and the DMI is getting better, but I would love to add around 13,153 so that it's like giving me some wiggle room to trade. Also, let me add here. So this you all know that if it breaks down, so I'm going to remove this. Instead, I'm going to write bullish engulfing. 12 and 34 were reclaimed. Same thing is here. And it's an inside day breakout continuation, which is happening. So all good. Inside day breakout continuation. But that's like two candles already, so I'm not going to include that. This was an inside day, and now see, this was an inside day breakout and then second candle. So usually two candles are enough for inside day. Three candles are for evening star, morning star. So now if I have to short, I will short below 260. Actually, I don't want to short it, but in case something happens, uh, if I have to buy, I'll say let's buy on the dip. Buy me between 250 to 220. If it dips, buy in dip 13,250 to 220. Stop loss 13,150. 13,300 we already achieved and we are above that. So 13,300 is there, and then 13,548. 13,548, and then we will hit 13,740. 13,740. The possibilities are there on NQ. NQ is much better because the top 10 stocks in NQ is pushing ES as well. So on the short side, I will sell below 150 only. So I'm not inclined to short. Stop loss 13,220. Target 13,017, which is like our Fibonacci level. 13,017. And then 12,963. 40%. Aikinishi is like for both ES and NQ is flat base, like 1, 2 candle flat base. And if I look here on Aikinishi, it is 2 flat tops or flat bases on NQ and ES. 2 flat base HA. Copy this. So the momentum is all positive. Triple Q finally was able to break out about 322.59. Again, Fibonacci is tested. Now, let me just remove the volume from here. Equity volume remove. Now, let me see if I have any. Okay, let me just draw one more regression channel. I'm going to cancel the right extension. Now, people who are looking at this chart, try to see where we draw the regression channel. I'm going to pick up the regression channel. I'm going to do the low of my screen for this year. I'm going to draw this. Okay, and I'm going to extend this to right. This will give me newer levels. Okay, right now, if I draw anything here, it's respecting my Fibonacci levels from previous time. So I do not have to worry, but in case I have to draw, let me cancel the right extensions. There is no extension right here. Okay, and if I have to draw something, I'll first change this to the normal candles so that I can choose the right lows and right highs. I'll go to my Fibonacci extensions. I'll pick this one, go right here, come back right there, and you will see exactly what's happening. And you right click on this, click edit properties and put the right numbers. So here the low is 260.34. So 260.34. The top here is 313.68. Click OK. And the low here is 28519. 285.19. So now let's look at our Fibonacci. This is the new Fibonacci which I have drawn. Misi, you need to watch a video for this. I have done a specific video for regression channel. you can use that for your reference. Okay, now let's look at this chart. Okay, so we found right here that this area 318 was proving to be a tough area. And since we broke out, now we should hit the 78.6 Fibonacci, which is 327, and then 100, which is 338. Now 327 is a good area. 330 is a previous level from the Fibonacci. So I do not remove any Fibonacci levels. I just extend them and I keep them in sync. This was giving me a good area, so I'm going to keep it. I will go long with 318 because 61% Fibonacci is right there, which is an extremely good support. So 318.15 is an extremely good support. So buy again in the dip if you can get a dip between 320, 321. Target is now 327.2, 327.2, 330, which was the previous number, 330 and 338.50. 330, 338.50. Give it 60%. Same thing, it's a reclaim. 61.8 Fibonacci inside day breakout continuation. 12 and 34 both are there. 61% Fibonacci. So all this is there. Let me just check the QQQ. So it has two Aikinishi candles. So right and Fib 61.8%. So all this is telling you there's no point shorting it. Okay. You can only short once you see a breakdown. Where can be the breakdown? Below 370. Otherwise, it's buy on the dip. So sell below 316.9. Stop loss will be again that Fibonacci level 318.15. Then 315, or I would say 315 and 311.86. So let's make 312. That's 40%. So this is all positive and NQ is neutral, positive to neutral. Apple finally broke out. I thought it will not, it will get resistance, but it broke out. Now 167 is a good support because this was resistance for a long time. You can see on a DMI, it's showing extremely good strength. If you look at Heikin-Nishi candles, it's positive, so there's no point. It's also making a W, very clean W. Okay, so I would not short Apple anymore. I was looking that if it breaks down, it did not. Instead, it went up. Now Apple is all good. Now let me just change this to normal candle so that we can revise the levels. Level comes out to be 170. There is a small minute gap, which is 170, 130. So 170, 130 and 173.50. Broke out above big resistance of 167.50. It's positive. Stop loss is 167.50. Buy near 168.5 to 169. If we can, like, same thing, buy the dip. on Apple. I'm going to mark this in green color. Airbnb, I've been watching this stock for quite some time now, and this is in a very tight range between 78 and 61. Friday, it almost like, if you see right here, it was setting up a morning star and it closed right at that area. As of now, it's not able to breach that 120 and sustain. It is like, if you make this a bull flag, it is actually a bull flag from where it broke out. I'll just make it very simple. This is the flag hoist. We're going down like this one, this one, this one. And on the base, we are holding right here, right here, right here. And we came out of this. This is a bull flag. Should not fight it. If one trade I'm very interested in all this market is bull flag, is Airbnb. The only concerning thing is the DMI is not pushing it higher. So I really want some catalyst on it. So I really want to try this above 121. Airbnb, I am positive. I want to buy this above 121. My stop loss is around 120, or let's say 119.60 where it closed. 65. Target is 120. Look at the high, 126, 129.50. And if it runs like in good 4-5% in a day. It's an inside week. Bull flag on daily, W on daily. So all in all, it's a very good setup for Airbnb. All right. So keep an eye on Airbnb, that this could be one trade outside of tech, outside of banking, outside of anything which can really run. We have earnings from Marriott, we have earnings from MGM, we have earnings from Norwegian Cruise. So they can really push it higher. AMD have earnings. So AMD managed to come to 89.50. It's not able to cross that 34 EMA, sorry. Now, only thing which is a little concerning to me, like if you see Intel is at $30 stock right now, and AMD grew based on Intel's bad performance. Now, Intel said this time that they are coming back in the data centers. They have made the biggest loss, but that's all past history. We are working on the AI. AMD has to still prove that they have anything chip related to AI. Nvidia is just selling those chips at exuberant prices, but AMD is lacking. That's why Nvidia is almost doubled instead of AMD. So I am really looking forward to hear from them that what is their future in AI, or if they have anything in the pipeline, if they have any products which are coming for AI. If that comes in, AMD will do a catch up. Otherwise, AMD may not break out and just stay here. But in between, it's showing a morning star, and on the weekly candle, it's a hammer. Okay, so I will not ignore that. So we still have 2 days to trade on the earnings. So AMD is hammered on weekly, which is positive on sign. So I'm giving it positive because it is reclaiming that 50% Fibonacci after 61. It should hit 93. So above 89.60, look for 93 to 90, 93, 96.75. 96.75, 93. Stop loss will be the 12 EMA, which is 88.90. So very small stop loss, but a good reward. The AMD is positive. Amazon, I think I can get rid of Amazon for now. It needs to sort out something before we can trade Amazon. Boeing. Boeing somehow managed to like do a bullish engulfing, but it's not showing like that kind of similar to Airbnb. It has a bull flag, but it's not coming out of that zone. So let's increase the time frame to see if we have a better picture. So on a higher time frame, like a weekly time frame, you see we are making higher lows, which is positive in sign. We are making higher highs. So I would give it a try on a longer side because it's holding this area pretty nicely. The stop loss is my 204.50. So Boeing, I'm just keeping it neutral. 204.50. And Haikinishi, if you want to see, it's making a dodgy on weekly. On daily, it's making lower lows. So nothing is concrete. That's why it's neutral on my end, because it doesn't have a flat base, flat top. So I would just convert this into normal candles and try above 207, buy above. And if they do not come, don't try. Just look out for only one setup, 211.50. 214. Sell below 204.5. Caterpillar. Caterpillar after the earnings, like the earnings were really good. After the earnings, it has reclaimed this too. And if we go back and look, once it starts to move, like this is the island which it has managed to hold. Like since the October of last year, this is called island because we are well above this, and we call this as island bottom. We tried to fill this gap, but we did not, and we are moving higher, which is actually a positive sign. Now it has gaps right here, which needs to be filled, gaps right here, which needs to be filled. Okay, on the positive side. So let's try some positive momentum on Caterpillar. Caterpillar, if can break about 220. So Caterpillar is positive by above 220, and it's only by above 220. Guys, give me 1 second. I need 1 minute. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay. So for Caterpillar 220, which is the 12 EMA, stop loss is 217. I'm looking for 225, 233. 25, 233. Costco, I'm eliminating. It's not doing much. Let's go to Etsy. Etsy have earnings this week. Etsy, Shopify, you see, they're lingering on to this 12 EMA and this 99 area. Okay. If you want to call this as a bear flag, you could, because it's actually doing that. Okay. It's a bear flag, but I'm still not convinced on the bear flag. Why? Because it's holding that 99 area to really, really extreme. It should break out, and we have hammers at the bottom. If we look at the weekly candles, like, and I add the volume here, the volume is average, so not significant. Let's look at the volume profile for this. One moment. Sometimes when I'm not sure, I keep on adding few things so that I can get a little better picture. So right here we have a vacuum where we like there's a good support here. Like once we cross this 105 area, 106 area, I think there will be a massive. See, we have a massive base here. It should not easily go down. Once we cross 15, 110, it can rally. But at this area, 199 to 105, we need to struggle. If we lose this, we can very quickly come down to 86. That will fructify the bear flag on the daily candle. All right. So for now, I'm positive because I'm expecting it to go a little higher uh, because of hammers and 99s. So it's the inside day, inside week. Let me just see week. It's inside week still. Did not break down. It went down, but kind of created a fake breakdown. Not an inside day anymore. I'm reducing it to neutral. I am going to buy above my 12 EMA. Again, let me just include to daily. The daily EMA is 101.50. So let's make it 101.50. Target is 106, 109. And ITSI can really move in terms of earnings. So keep an eye on the IV if you want to trade with spreads on ITSI. Google Google on Friday managed to hold. It's an inside day. So it's setting up for a very good move. I'll be looking to add this. I'm not going to do a short on Google. So let me just delete that. But there's a 70 billion buyback pushing it behind. So stop loss is 105.60. I want to buy near 106, 107. If it comes in this zone, I'll be a buyer on Google. And I'm looking forward for big breakout on Google. Meta after the earnings, it came down a little bit, took the support, managed to hold, but there's again like a massive gap. If something doesn't transpire, like if market is about to get weak and if Meta loses 237 or let's say 235.75, it can really go and get cool off. So Meta, I am trying a stop loss of 235.75. I'll be a buyer near, come on, 238. Target is because it has to fill this gap from the past. And I need to draw some new levels for this. So this is the gap, like this one is 244.65. So 241, 244.65. Once it goes into this, you can try like long for 268. Short below 235.75. I'm not incredibly positive on Meta now because it has done its big move. There's a big gap which needs to be handled. So let's handle that. Microsoft did 304. So 304 was the area where it wanted to test. It did that. And now I have so many. Let me just cancel some extensions. See, now I'm going to draw new, something similar to what I did in one of the other charts. From low to high, I'll give extend to the right. And then I'm going to do extension. Choose this one, go higher, come back right here. So now 325, 326 is a good area for it to break out. But I'll still be ready to add this on a dip. Microsoft on a dip. I'm calling it positive. Buy near 306, 307. Stop loss is 305. Target 310. 310 will be a little tough to cross. 310, 312. About 60%. It crossed that Fibonacci and it's done. So no need to short it. Then I have MasterCard. I usually don't pick these companies, but they're coming on my radar and it's making an inverted head and shoulders. It's breaking out. And I think it's setting up for a very good move on MasterCard. On a longer term duration as well, if you see, this inverted head and shoulders is all set. So my stop loss is 375, 77. So my MA is positive. It's inverted head and shoulders by near 380, 81, stop loss 377. Look at the targets. So let me just add some Fibonacci's here. Cancel this. So this is one. Let me just extend to the right. Again, I'm going to add right here. I'll start from right. This one to right here. Come back to this. Yeah. So 389, 385, 384. 384, 389, 70%. I think MA can be really, really good. Netflix is like last Friday, we entered into Netflix. It did a good run, managed to close above this. It's holding that 38 Fibonacci, filled the earning gap and everything is all good. Now 328 is a really, really good stop loss. So Netflix is positive. It's inside weak. So any break above this will be massive on inside. So 328 is a stop loss. Target 334, 343, 334, 343, 348. Buy above 330. Like if you cross 334, that's really good. But it's better if you can buy around 330. So that stop loss is low. Nvidia managed to break out 270 and holding this area. I think it's time for Nvidia to break out and do much more than what we can see. Let me just cancel all the extensions. It just moved from right here to 268. Now 268 is done. I need to find some new extensions for this. So let me just try and add. So right here, I will click this one and click right in this line. So once it crossed 279, I'm looking for 285 and 291. Nvidia is positive. It was buy about 274. And now stop loss here is 275. 275 is the stop loss. Target is 285, 285, 291. Nvidia may hit 300 this week, most likely. If something goes wrong, sell below 275 only. I'm not gonna sell. Uh, Nvidia is something which is running non-stop, so no point selling it. Then we have Snow. Snow is running well. It's holding that 148. We've been talking about Snow for good consolidation. And now if it breaks from here, like the stop loss is really nice. Now 145, 145 on Snow. I'm still keeping it neutral because it has some gaps to. No, there is no gap whatsoever, so which is really good on daily. Uh, I would love to add this around 147. So buy near 147. Target is 150 and 154. 150, 154. That's Snow. Tesla is the last one in my list. Tesla, till the moment, it's holding to above 61. It will try to meet this 12 EMA, which we talked last time. So right now it's showing its effort. So let's see if it can hold. So 162 point or 163 is the stop loss. Buy above 165. If it does, then we can hit 169 and then can go into the gap. But again, I'm not that confident. So it's like 178. On the downside, if it loses 160, 150, only then I'm going to sell it. $154. So guys, this is the list I have. I've made few changes, like I took out Amazon. Okay. All right, MU looking really good for upside. MU, I have not checked in a while. MU. MU has broken out, yes. There is a gap. 66. I think it will aim for 66. Right now, 64.30. Once it does that, I think, yes, it can go higher from there. Guys, anyone else has any questions? Otherwise, I need to drop quickly. I have to some calls. Baba coming back up. Baba, yeah, I need to check on Hong Kong Stock Exchange what it is doing. If Baba is doing well, then we'll need to see in Hong Kong. Disney. Yeah, last time we talked about 100 something, and it from 150 it moved to 102.50, almost 2.5%. So yes, it looks fine, but it doesn't go a bit too much far from the EMAs. So I'm not super inclined to trade Disney. UNH. UNH is at a resistance zone of 493. The moment it's there, I would love to sell this. I'm not inclined to hold UNH. It's a good setup to sell for 470. I'll be only positive on UNH if it crosses 500. Otherwise, no. Thank you for telling me Hong Kong is the day off. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll post this information on Twitter and my Telegram. You all can join my Telegram. The link is on my Twitter. And thank you for joining in. I'll see you tomorrow night.